Hello everybody and welcome back to RimWorld Raider Empire. So in the last episode we have continued, of course. So what we have going on is we've been getting all of our doors, all of our vents, more conduits, more pipe work, more everything getting done, and it's all moving along pretty good. We're basically done. We have a lot of stutter right now. It'd be nice if that went away. And it should. It normally, first episode of the recording session, yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but it seems to clear itself up. This is a normal problem for RimWorld for whatever reason. Regardless, we have ourselves our shield cooling system all set up. We do have space for one more of the coolers and one more of the air vents. We're going to be using these ones over here, but right now they're using that to keep this at a reasonable temperature. So for now, it's just going to sit there. But we also got, all of our shields and all of our turrets are all finished. We got some more doors in here, and we got ourselves 10 new mercenaries to help with the hauling situation because there's just so much that the game is throwing at us, and we can't keep up with all the mess around. So yeah, we got 10 more people that are going to come help keep things tidy and clean. Once they're done here, that a big part of this is so our normal people can work processing, which now they're doing pretty much constantly. But once everything's caught up here, we could send a few over here and start bringing in all these corpses to process them, because obviously we're not going to want them hanging around. Today, oh boy, we got a lot of little things to do. So we got to get all these chunks out of here. We got to get all this slag out of here, all the mechs out of here. Speaking of that, there is more just chunks all over the place, so we're going to set that up to get hauled. We're going to get some of our floor work done. We do need to get, the big one is our pipe work for all of our shields set up. Now this one's a little bit tricky. We shouldn't need any more vents, because what we don't want is to start placing vents after we put this pipe work in, because then we have to go and make sure that any new pipes we do connects to the right color. And what are we buying? Just some more plasteel. We could probably turn plasteel purchasing off. We have 2,000 here, 2,000 here. I don't think we're going to need 4,000 plasteel for anything. And steel we're probably okay for as well, mostly because of how much is getting processed now. So let's go ahead and turn those off so we're not wasting our money. So we can turn that off, specific components, we don't need that on. And we just bought some more stuff. Healer mechs are fine, all this should be fine. We'll go over to Fort Ryan and turn these off as well. So what else did we just get? Yeah, good. Money, money, money. We also need to send over some of our power cells that we've bought. So those will get sent over today. How many do we have? I think it's just the 2. Yeah, it's just the 2. So we'll send those over so we can expand power. But I think for the most part our vent works are done. There's not really a way to know for sure right now. In here actually doesn't have a vent. Let's grab a small one. Do that. Yeah, it's basically today's a lot of the little things. So we'll get a light. That's kind of a weird spot for it, just because it's going to be off center. I guess we could do a light under that as well. So then that vent's kind of hidden, and we need more doors. Well, not more doors over here, but we need lights over here, doors within here. But yeah, pipe works first. Let's get that done. So we have shields in here, so that's going to need to come down and around. Just make sure we did get everything else all piped up. All that's going to be connected to the blue, the cyan grid. Then all of these should be good. All of these should be good. I'm pretty sure I've already taken a look at this. We do need to tidy up some of these. That's not a problem. All those obviously aren't connected. I don't see anything wrong. Okay, so then we'll just run all of our conduits. So we need to come down the service hallway, of course. So we are going to be running down both sides. That way if one gets cut, we have the other one. Does that really let us go that far? Normally there's a limit to how long you can drag things, but I'll take it. And we are going to need that going over to here, so then that's going to be running basically just straight across here. That way connect to there and there. We can also run it... Who connecting to? The blue? You shouldn't be. Grab the right one. Yeah, it's cyan. Okay. And for redundancy, we should probably run it on this side as well. And then have it cross... Well, I guess we can have it just loop around the end here. And then we'll have it so it crosses under the doors. That way, if anything does get breached, we don't end up losing, what we need. And then this needs to run this way, all the way up the hallway again. The redundancy is always good. And then that can just come over to here. We'll just wrap it up into here. So then that's all connected. That's going to be going there. That's going to be connected once that's done. That shield's already connected. So we need these running in through here. And we'll run the whole perimeter. That way we do have a loop. We don't need to go around this because that'll connect up right where that door is, and that should be fine. And that can run up into there. We'll obviously run this top piece as well. We have a bulk goods trader. We shouldn't need to worry about that. We'll run that as redundancy. That redundancy, that's already done. Then this needs to come down and around. And these, the vents that we already have in place should stay with the right stuff. We don't have any vents. I should check. Although it's not going to matter. If it starts doing some of them, it's going to do all of them. But they should stay on the right one automatically. We'll see. We'll see. Because it should be going with whatever it connects to first. We can go through... Can I do all of them at once? I can. I can. So if it starts being a problem, I can go and set all of them to connect to the blue all at once instead of having to go through them all, which is nice. Okay, it's good to know. So then that does its loop around there, connects up there, connects up there. So then these shields are done. We don't need it running down this hallway because we have, well, I guess we probably should. That way we're not relying on just this loop to get into here. So we'll run that. It's going to take so much steel for all this. It's only, what, one each? Yeah. But when you have hundreds and hundreds being laid, it's definitely going to add up quick. So then this can run right through, down through here. Now, we don't really want it going through embrasures, because they can get destroyed through embrasures. So, this one here is probably not the best idea, but that is kind of our service hallway. We could have it so this embrasure goes just to a wall. That way it kind of matches up properly, because this is going to be kind of a nightmare to put some turrets in anyways, just because it's only too wide. I really don't like that this room was here. It kind of screwed stuff up. We could have just filled it in. Probably would have been a cleaner thing to fill it in, but we'll just let it run through there and not worry about it. We are going to put a door across here, so we'll have that there. Run this through this, and that's going to connect. No, it's not going to connect to that vent, so that should be fine. So then that's going to run here. Then we have a redundancy coming in through here. Then that also, I guess, can run through the embrasures. If they get destroyed, then we have obviously all the other redundancy as well, so that should be fine. And then for these shields, it would make sense to do this inside area here. That way the shields themselves aren't the connections. That way if we do lose a shield, it doesn't breach our cooling for all the other ones. So then that needs to run just around this whole side. And then it probably would make sense to also run this back loop as well, and then have our redundancies where the door is. Yes, that would make sense. And I do have all these connected up, right? Yes. Make sure that I did get that full loop in. Now that doesn't have redundancy itself, which I don't think is a huge deal. The shields are what really need the redundancy. I probably also shouldn't be setting up this much building all at once, because the AI gets a little frustrated with it sometimes. But either way, we'll do it because we already have a ton down anyways, and people should be able to get this done reasonably quick. But we can run that all the way across, up through, and then we're going to want anywhere there's a door, we'll have our redundancy, and that should be more than enough. We also need to fix these here, but we are coming up to the end of this, at least this section of the wall. We still need Ryan's little farm outside. Luckily, that shouldn't be too much work. But that's good, so then we can get rid of this and this. We should probably double door that instead. Yeah, fine, we'll double door that. Not a huge deal. And then we do still need some more doors to split within here. So we don't need to do that many overall, mostly to try to save some resources, because obviously we are kind of on the low side. So what we can do is every other one. That way it's 2 shields per grouping, and that can go over to here. Then we'll have one at the corner here. And obviously we'll do the same thing over here, so that's going to be there, and there, there, and that was wrong, and there. And then it'd be nice to split this as well. So we'll do one there, one here, and one there. So and that should be enough doors to keep that all reasonably separated. We still need to get lights in here, so we can go ahead and get that done. Not sure how we're going to light in here. We still need to get the big shields for this too. Why is there a raccoon in here? Oh, we have a raccoon. Okay, we can get rid of that. I was like, there's no way it could have wandered in through this whole way. But yeah, that makes sense. We don't need none of this stuff. Yeah. And we have an idle colonist. Blaze, what's your deal? Resting. I don't know why. That's fine. Okay, so for lights, the best way for symmetry purposes is we can use the shields as kind of a guide. We'll have one here. One here. I can't use... Like, we could do every one, but that would be kind of silly. Let's do every other one. And then obviously we can't do one right there. So we want that one, come down here and do it the same. That would be that one, and we'll see how well lit it is, and obviously we could change it up after, so we have a couple more. And then that one, so I didn't miss anything over there, did I? I don't think so. Which way is that facing now? These are kind of hard to see sometimes. So then we are also going to want one here and one there, and that should be reasonably all right. We'll have to see once it's all done. And then these turrets do give off their own light, but these lights, I do have them set to have a larger radius, so if we threw them down on some of these embrasures, that would help light things up a little bit more. They'd obviously have the risk of getting destroyed. Oh, we need to get sandbags on this as well, but yeah, we'll see how well lit this is. Actually, what we'll do instead of... you know what? Let's keep the doubles right at the doors. That should be fine. I'm gonna say it's kind of wasteful, but many of things we've done is quite wasteful. So then that can go there and there. Obviously, we aren't going to be able to realistically get any within here. We can... Oh, we can't actually do it on doors. It's only the vents that can technically go on doors. They're stupid like that, but they can. So if that's going to be lit, we'll see how far out those reach and see if there's going to be more that we should do. Probably like one here. You know what? We'll do right where these doors here are. And that should be enough. That's going to be basically the best lighting we're going to get from in here. Because, you know, it's not like we're going to put pillars in here. We still have to build that ship. Luckily, everything's already built. We just need to place them. And they're built because we stole them. We still need to do all in here, so we'll worry about that lighting after. The rest of this is reasonably well lit. But again, these are also things that I'm going to have to manually move some of these lights. So that's looking good. We can get some of our floors in. Oh, no, we still need more conduits. So then those are still getting done. All in here is done. We do need to set up in here. So this is going to be running the back perimeter as well. So we'll set up to here. And I guess we can cross that over the front. Although that would basically guarantee destruction if we do get breached. So is there really a point? I don't think so. So we will just bring it up to this endpoint here. Then we'll get this. We should check on our steel again. I know that we have some at the other base, so it's going to be worth, obviously, getting that sent out. And then we are going to want this outside as well. So we can run that here, and that's where we're going to connect it up. That needs to go over to here. That can go here. There is going to be doors here as well, so we'll get that. This can go all the way back here. And then where these doors are is going to be our crossover again. I guess we'll bring that right to the end of the hallway just for it to kind of make sense. So then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I don't know why I'm counting. They don't need to be counted, Ryan. It's not really relevant how many there are. Okay, so then that's all hooked up. Now that's not great overall for redundancy. What we can do is run this through this door as well. That way we have an internal loop here. And obviously that needs to connect up to there. So that's good. And that went There's another bit of a loop, so we could do that. That should be pretty good coverage. We can cross over there too. It's so cheap to have so much extra redundancy. Please don't be a raid. Oh no, it was just a stutter. Speaking of stutter, okay, so our steel is enough for now, considering none of the stuff we're doing is particularly expensive, but we have 5,000 more here. So what we can do is get this loaded up. It looks like they did get all the steel chunks done, so we'll load this up. And that way we'll have that ship to go and pick up steel, and then that'll be more stuff for them to process. So I don't want to copy setting. Oh, that's a stockpile. We can get this loaded, so we need all these mechs and all the chunks. So that's 168. That's well within our limits. And then the mechs are Centipede, Lancer. That's actually not that much weight so far. And was there any Scythers? You would think that they'd all be in the same spot. And yeah, no, there's no Scythers. So that's fine. That's a lot of centipedes though. That's going to be really nice steel and plasteel. And that should be good. I don't think there's anything else. We do have some clothing that still needs to be loaded up. Yeah, see, I don't know how many and how much space we have for stuff, so we'll just load up a ship for itself for that. That way we know that, because we know we can't possibly put too much in one of these. So yeah, this is going to be the safer way to go. So this clothing we can also set up. Now, I am obviously going to have to cut, but I had a secret mod sent to me that is absolutely wonderful. Want to see something cool? So normally you got to click through all this shit, and you know it's a pain in the ass. But it is drag and click. It works for most things, but there is a few that get a little fucky. But click and drag. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not a mod that you can get right now. I don't know if you are going to be able to get it, but it was a secret mod made for me. And oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so nice being able to just click and drag. Oh, we're full. It's not even all of our stuff. So we can just top this off with whatever's left that actually has weight. But yeah, that saves so much clicking and so much time. It's so nice. And that's good. And that ship's going to get loaded too. This one's already loaded. Do we have room to drop that off? Yes, we do. Do we have room in here? These slag chunks. What we'll do again is set that to haul. All the ones that aren't already in storage. They are getting processed pretty quick now that we have people doing it. But we can get this one loaded out. You know, I just said that I'm going to have to cut to do the clothing, and I didn't have to. It was that quick. It's beautiful. I won't talk too much about it because I know it's not available, but it's so nice. Either way, that's looking pretty good. Now, we do also need all these chunks out of here. The best way to go about that would be... Now, the way that the ships work is they show the items that are in your home zone, not in a stockpile. So, assuming we don't have here, do we have did I clean all this up at one point? Yes, I did. So theoretically, if I set all of the chunks for limestone and sandstone, that should just be everything that's in here. Obviously, everyone's a little bit busy right now, so we'll give them a bit of time first. It might also be worth grabbing some people from here. How's the overall hauling stuff done? So they finished up all of this. What's our wood at? Empty. It's always empty. But once they are done hauling, they should be out chopping wood. Although it doesn't look like anything's set to be chopped. Hey, what are you doing? Hauling. Okay, well, that makes sense. There's hauling to get done. that makes perfect sense, Ryan. Okay, so we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. These still need to get brought in, but there is no spots for them, although it does look like they found somewhere to put the chunks. I know that we have a bunch of random chunks out here because of the way the AI works sometimes. It does look like they are processing through it fairly quick. What's our kibble stash at? Oh, they're not eating through it that fast. Now that they're not allowed to eat anything else, I was kind of concerned that we had burned through it very quickly, mostly because the thrombos eat a shit ton of food, but it seems to be pretty alright overall. And you guys have finished this, so then this ship can reinstall out of the way, and we don't have lavish meals, which they are getting made, and we do have the stuff for them. It's just not. We need more people. Or, not even more people. There's another bench or two would probably help. But I don't really want to do any build projects here for now. We are getting the wood cutting done. Going. Yeah, getting more wood cutting done. Now, are you cutting and then hauling? Yes. I'd prefer... Why is it that we're cutting then hauling right away instead of cutting and then more cutting? Because hauling's a 4 for everyone right now except for the mercenaries. So they should just cut, then cut, then cut, then cut. Even if it is a 4 priority. We can do an allow all and grab that bunny and whatever else might be around. Oh, you know what? I never did finish all these conduits here because we got distracted. So, we did get all of them done, actually. Yeah, because we did down here already. All in there's done. These are done. These are done. And that's all of our shields. Oh, okay, so we are done. We just need to get it all built. So that's good. We do still need some more doors and stuff. And we also need to go and do fire foam poppers. Over here needs some doors, so we'll get these set up. That way this is all split in case shit hits the fan. At least it'll give us a bit more time to get through each one. Fire foam poppers are going to be kind of everywhere in rooms that are going to be a problem if it does catch on fire, which is basically just the batteries and the power. In here, kind of one of those, even if we get a fire foam popper, if whatever caused fire in the first place is probably just going to cause more fire again. So it's kind of useless for the most part. And then storage is a little bit of a tricky one. We are going to have fire foam poppers. But a lot of it doesn't really need fire foam poppers, because a lot of the stuff that we do store doesn't burn. Like, all the plasteel, all these raw resources won't burn, silver doesn't burn, clothing and weapons absolutely will need a bunch. Although I am curious, these shelves do burn. Okay, I didn't know. I figured that steel shelves wouldn't be burning. I guess steel burns, that makes sense. So stupid that steel burns, but it's kind of whatever. So, I guess fire foam poppers in each room wouldn't be the worst idea. Even if it's just one in each. And by one, it'd probably be 2. One somewhere near the end, one in the middle, and then we'd get rid of the bit of wall. That way it would be, you know, centered. Overall, it's not a huge deal. Then these would probably need it as well. I do want to wait till we're ready to go for them. That way we could do all of them at once. But one thing right now is just getting all this hauling done too. We did set that up. Yeah, I didn't cancel it or anything. So we don't need that. We don't need that. We have a major break for Angelic. It's a lot of building going on. Okay, so yeah. Are we okay to send over a few haulers right now? What are you doing? Oh, we have 10 idle. So that is all hauling done. It's a bit of a problem. These ships aren't going to hold enough people. We can send them back with all the steel. We just got to get this loaded first. So, that's an easy thing. Angelic, you took your helmet off. Oh, does that mean we loaded it up? Probably. It might be somewhere in here, but... Oh, it's right there. Can you force wear that, please? And then once it's forced, then you shouldn't take it back off. I could make it so it's more than 70% or lower than 70% when they take it off. But we have that in place so when we are raiding, we can make sure that, you know, we can take some hits before they start taking them off. Because the last thing we want is to be like, oh, it's, you know, 56% and our rule is, oh, son of a bitch. You wouldn't be cold if you had your helmet on. Probably. Now I'm curious, would that have fixed that? Yes, it would have. It's fine. What can you do? Either way, that'll get loaded up. Can we get you guys that are sleeping? Probably would be not the best idea. Here. Can you get that to work, please? That way we can get your helmet back on so we don't have to worry about this. Successfully calm down. Okay, so then you're going to go to your room, then you'll be good, then we'll get that helmet on, and then you won't have cold problems anymore. Come on. There you go. Put on this helmet, please. And right now you're negative 29. There you go. Now that negative 50 that we got going on is not a problem. Speaking of, I don't know, that was kind of a weird thing. Speaking of negative 50, it doesn't make sense, but just go with it. I did manage to, for the first time, get this save file working in 1.1, which is absolutely wonderful. The big mod that I was waiting on that was a major issue was Faction Manager, and there was an unofficial patch for it, and it seems to be working. And the save file, while I'm still missing shields, more faction interactions not updated yet. For the most part, all the mods are updated, and the save loads. It loads for the first time. So it's a very good sign of us being able to update this save and the whole continuous universe thing into 1.1. I haven't tried royalty yet. I'm not super worried about it if it works or not. I'm more worried the 1.1 update itself would be a really nice thing to work. And theoretically, it was something that should work. But, mods kind of make that a little bit more complicated because, if the base game is supposed to be able to be updated, then, the mods may cause that to be not true. But it does seem true as long as there's enough mods. So that does mean that sometime in the near future, now that I know for sure it's possible, there's still some bugs, there's still some issues, there's still a couple mods. Like I said, the shields haven't been updated, but it should be good to go for the most part. We aren't going to be doing it like mid-series or anything. It would be one of the branches, the first branch probably will do the update. But it does mean that I can finally make a video going over the whole continuous universe and how it works and how all the branches are going to intertwine together. Since obviously, before the update, I basically started the whole continuous universe plan with the assumption that there would be no updates, there would be no DLC, there wouldn't be anything changing. So I kind of made over a year worth of content planned based around it. And then 1.1 came and royalty came, and it kind of threw a huge wrench into my plans because I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue with 1.0 forever, essentially, or if I wanted to just scrap the entire project again because it's not the first time I've tried to do this. But it's looking pretty good, so we are probably most likely going to be able to update. And I could finally talk about the continuous universe thing now that I know more so that it is going to work and I'm going to be actually able to get it updated. So that's I still have to make it obviously, but it's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for a long time to be able to make the video and try to explain how all the things are going to piece together. But like I said, I was uncertain until I was able to get 1.1 either working or definitely not working. But now that I know it is going to work in some way, that should be coming the next few days, and hopefully I should be able to make a good explanation on how everything's going to work. We'll see. Overall, it's looking pretty good, and we are probably still definitely going to be doing business as usual with the whole continuous universe plan and all the branches and everything that I was, talking about on and off throughout the whole series. We need people doing this. Can we get people doing this, please? I'm not so worried about the building right now. Can we get you guys loading this? You guys, load this. Get these finished, please. That way we can get on with this. But yeah, so like I said, we will be having a video sometime in the near future of how the whole continuous universe thing works. And I'm excited now that I know that it's going to be possible to update, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue with the continuous universe thing if I couldn't get it to 1.1, just because, Are people gonna want to watch old versions of the game for the next year and change, or 2 years? I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I got big plans. But now knowing that I can update makes it so it's absolutely guaranteed to happen, assuming no critical failures happen along the way, which is obviously possible, but it's looking pretty good. Looking good. I'm pretty happy with the potential future of the series because of that. Either way, this all moving along. Why are you guys inside again? Oh, I didn't force load. I kind of want to get that done. We are at time as well. There's just so much building that I set up. They're going to run out of steel, actually. So it shouldn't be a big deal. They'll run out of steel, and then we'll get the big hauling. Oh yeah, how's our food? We are out of lavish meals. Are we making some more here? No, we're still out. Okay, cooks. What's with the lack of cooking going on? Cooks. We have Ixius. What are you doing? Okay. So cooking should be a #1 priority. So are we out of stuff? What's with this whole running out of stuff every time I look? We're out of synth meat. So we don't have a meat source that's keeping up with everything. The problem is we just eat a ridiculous amount of food. This farm doesn't cut it. And I'm not going to go make another farm because that's part of the whole continuous universe plans, is to have a, a food production base that feeds the Empire. And we don't really have room on this map to expand without really, starting big projects. So we might have to start just dumping cash onto it. Money fixes all problems. We can turn hunting back on, which wouldn't be the biggest of deals, because obviously that would be a good way to train more people. But it is just more work. And the biggest issue with hunting is I don't really want more textiles, because we already have a massive quantity of shit that's going in the vault. Why does this look so empty? Where did all of our textiles go? I know it looks like a lot, but this used to be full, and we had thousands in here. It might be related to possibly the ridiculous amount of mending that we're doing, because mending does take mending kits and it does take textiles. So are we really burning through all of our textiles in mending? How quickly are we burning through these? See, even by looking at it, even if it looks slow, we've been doing a lot for a long time. And it's been a while since we've gotten more textiles. There could also be stacking going on. So piles that, if we had a whole bunch of just smaller piles over here, we may have used them up, like this bird skin. If we use up this bird skin in mending kits, then that could be a full stack of something else that can then take that spot. So maybe that's why, but it just feels like we lost a bunch? I'm assuming not. It's not like we did anything where textiles would get consumed. And we don't have it being sold. We don't have it being sold, right? Assuming not. Oh god, I gotta change up all these names so they're cleaner. We're buying cloth. That's basically all we got going on related to textiles. So I'm going to assume it's just a massive amount of mending kits that we're making. Either way, it's not a huge deal. So, in that case, we can turn hunting back on. So we're going to want that. We're going to want this one. We're going to want to unpause it. It's been 38 days since the last time we went hunting. That's fine. All these are fine. Bulk goods. That's fine. Okay, is this ship stuff loaded? No, we're still working on getting these pipes. We are almost out of steel. They're finishing up these doors too. So what we'll do is keep an eye on what they're doing for a minute. Not gonna work. What are you doing? Your mom, once you're done eating, what are you doing? We still have 100 steel. Are we done with all of these conduits? It kind of looks like we are, actually. Yeah, I think actually we got it all done. Oh, except for this hallway. But I think other than that, we are done it. Caravan request. We don't need it, but fine. We also don't need that. We don't need that. We have another power cell. How many are we at? Because I've seen a couple come in, I think. Just 3. Well, 3 is better than none. And for hunting, so we... Timberwolf Revenge. That's another reason I don't really want to do hunting. That's not a good spot to be here. It's fine because we got the Bastion, so we will be able to absorb any damage for 3 hits. But still. But we are going to want to make sure the people that are hunting are people that actually kind of want some levels. Because a big reason for hunting is just training people up. So what we can do is get rid of some of these. What are you at anyways? 8.5. Although that's not shooting. Cheney, what's your shooting skill? It's a 14, yeah. So what we'll do is set hunting for the people at the bottom, which will be Ixius there. Although a lot of these are mostly our melee people. Short Fuse is a melee person. Clark is a mercenary, so I don't really care about that. Mirage, you can do some hunting. Like Gamer's a melee person. Taylor is not. CY is not. Chaos. Your shooting's that bad? You've been around since like the very beginning. It's a 9. But yeah, you can assist with that. Okay, so that's a few hunters. And they should prioritize that. So they're basically going to not be doing anything else anymore. We also have room for some chunks. Let's go ahead and get all the various ones around set up. Conduits are still going, but we're basically out of steel. So you guys are getting this stuff hauled, right? We are going to go ahead and end that off here. So they should be able to get all this done pretty soon, pretty early in the next episode. That shouldn't be an issue. It might be worth switching up some of these loadouts. Like Mirage, for instance, should probably get a... that's going to be a problem. Please don't take damage. Is that just a bullpup rifle? Can you come and grab one of the Gauss rifles that we bought? We bought a whole bunch of excellent ones. How many are here? Oh yeah, a ton. A ton of them. Beautiful. So that's going to be a better option. I don't think there's anything else we really need to be concerned about. We have lots of steel here, so yeah, we just got to get all this loaded up. And they are getting it loaded now. How close is this? It's done. Oh yeah, because it was not a full load. So then this ship is ready to go. We'll go ahead and launch that and get that unloaded. We got room for this stuff. Oh yeah, we got lots of room. We'll get that unloaded, and then that will get hauled while we get this set up. And we still have another load to send over, but that's kind of not a huge priority as long as we got some room. But we'll get this sent over, and then we'll grab half of our mercenaries that we just bought for hauling. Although, yeah, I guess we'll get them over here to assist anyways. We'll send over 5 of them, so they'll get, you know, the corpses and stuff cleaned up, because we can't really have them just laying around. It makes it more obvious what nightmares have happened here. And then we got to start loading stuff up and getting it sent over here, which we'll be doing mostly with like most people over here, because there's going to be a lot of loading, and unloading's a lot easier than loading. But either way, that's going to be it for today. So that was very progressive. We got all of our shields. We should check. I guess it doesn't really work when they didn't finish up the pipes. we have only this shield tested. So we'll have to wait for that to be finished, and then we'll be able to check to make sure Everything is able to be supported by this, although this is going to be double for the amount of cooling capacity. But that's pretty good. Pretty good. Either way, that's going to be it for today. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. See ya.